Hello there, so glad you could join us for your daily dose of government information in 30 minutes. I'm Adrian Atkinson, your host for today's show. It's World Asthma Day, and we here at the JIS encourage you to get some quick facts on this disease. For one, the World Health Organization estimates that 235 million people suffer from this chronic disease. Asthma does not discriminate. People from developed and developing countries are affected by it. And asthma cannot be cured, but with early diagnosis, proper treatment and education, the disease can be controlled and managed. For more information, visit the WHO website.
Did you know that since we started our Ease Up on the Energy campaign, that electricity use in government buildings has dropped by around 4,200 kilowatt hours per building per month? We retrofitted and replaced old, inefficient air conditioning units with new energy efficient models. That saved approximately $123 million for the government of Jamaica. What are you waiting for? I'm Hilary Alexander, asking all Jamaicans to join us and ease up on the energy. Ease up on the energy. Ease up on the energy.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, May 2. Government has again committed to releasing funds early to schools in a bid to replicate this year's successful early disbursements. Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid made the announcement during a press conference at his Hero Circle offices Monday.
Schools can now look forward to their first payment for the new academic year. Will again be in June. And they will get another payment, which is the second for the new financial year, new academic year, in September. The third tranche is still scheduled for December, but we'll always try to give them a Christmas and give them earlier, and then April again.
Schools are budgeted to receive $7.2 billion to fund their operations in the 2017-2018 academic year. $1.32 billion will go to secondary schools, while an additional $259 million will be provided for infant, primary, all-age and junior high schools. And just over $1.76 billion has been set aside for the PATH feeding program to provide meals for the entire school week. Minister Reid is urging schools to discuss requested contributions with parents so that the amount can be approved by the ministry. He is also reminding school administrators to include insurance coverage for students in their budgets. In the meantime, the Education Minister has announced a number of exam preparation strategies to improve results under the Grade 4 literacy and numeracy tests. The measures are in response to a decline in the national average for literacy and numeracy at the Grade 4 level. Among them, standardized assessments through mock exams to uncover weaknesses and provide intervention, capacity building for teachers, and student support activities.
Additional strategies that focus on system-wide performance of our students include mock examination for grade 4 and grade 6 students, mock exams for students in 100 secondary schools in key areas of mathematics, English language, and the sciences. Results are used to guide teachers in final preparation of students. Providing direct specialist support to 100 secondary schools with performances in mathematics and English language at the C6 level below 50%.
And after a 5-year hiatus, the Grade 4 literacy and numeracy test results will be published in the 2 main newspapers tomorrow. The results will also be available on the ministry's website. In other education news, come September, 35 primary schools will be engaged in a pilot project aimed at implementing a specialist model to the teaching of mathematics and language arts. The portfolio minister says the approach is geared at identifying and addressing challenges at the primary level so that the model can be scaled up throughout the system. Schools in the project will have their principals trained in timetabling, while support will be provided for teachers, parents, and students. Discussions will also be held with teacher education institutions about revising their primary education programs to respond to the changes.
Teacher education institutions will also be engaged to support the implementation of additional training opportunities for teachers who will be identified to function as mathematics specialists at the primary level. This is one step in strengthening the link between teacher education institutions and the ministry.
Parents are being urged to assist in the safe return of children who go missing by keeping a current photograph of their children at all times. Minister of State for Education, Youth and Information Floyd Green says having the up-to-date photos will make it easier for the authorities and citizens to locate missing children. He was speaking at Monday's launch of a partnership between Facebook and the Ananda Alert Secretariat. Through the collaboration, missing children alerts will be automatically uploaded on the pages of Jamaican Facebook users, both locally and in the diaspora.
We hope that when the public sees these alerts, that they will take action. That they will not just see the upload, see the picture, and pass it on by. They will call a friend. They will call a neighbor. They will join the search to bring home this missing child.
Jamaica's newly appointed top cop has given his commitment to developing a culture of proactive policing that focuses on crime prevention. Commissioner of Police George Coelho says the strategy will involve significantly boosting the police's resources and capabilities, as well as forging new partnerships and strengthening existing ones.
I commit to ensuring that greater attention and resources are focused on the expansion and improvement of our intelligence machinery. I firmly believe that with better and more calculated intelligence, the quest for preventing crime will be enriched and will find expression in more coordinated and successful responses.
Mr. Coelho was speaking at his installation as Jamaica's 29th Police Commissioner recently. He said there would be a further review of the National Police College's curriculum to strengthen the messages of professionalism and upholding human rights. National Security Minister Robert Montego, who was at the installation, reaffirmed government support for the police force by committing to work closely with the new commissioner.
As together, we will work to determine and implement the most effective and efficient ways to curb crime, build back public trust in the force, and fight corruption.
And finally, the Ministry of National Security is in the process of hiring 20 lawyers to assist with case management across police divisions. Minister Robert Montego says one lawyer has already been engaged at the St. James Police Division.
Each police division will be assigned one lawyer to help with the preparation of case files and to assist police officers if they are required at Indicom.
Minister Montego was making his contribution to the sectoral debate in Parliament recently. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thank you for watching.
Watch as we catch up with some of the major stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister this past week.
Prime Minister breaks ground for early childhood institution in Olympic Gardens. Opens police station and kickstart housing construction at Longville Park, Clarendon. And pledges support for new Commissioner of Police. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Prime Minister Andrew Holness reaffirmed his administration's support for the police force following the loss of 2 members at the hands of criminal elements over the weekend. He said the state would continue to provide support to the police through the provision of resources and legislation. While expressing condolence to the family of Constable Leighton Hanson and Sergeant Dale Thompson, Mr. Holness called on Jamaicans to assist efforts to eliminate crime and violence in the society. In a release Sunday, Mr. Holness also urged members of the security forces not to lose heart, but to remain professional and committed to safety and security on the island. On Thursday, Prime Minister Holness chaired a meeting of the National Security Council. The council received a brief from newly appointed Commissioner of Police George Quayle. And on Friday, Mr. Holness was at Quayle's installation ceremony as the island's 29th Police Commissioner. Earlier in the day, Mr. Holness was at Longville Park, Clarendon, bringing government's commitment of housing and increased security to residents. He broke ground for the $366 million 85-unit Longville Park Phase 2A. The development will have 43 studio units and 42 serviced lots.
We're going to build housing that you can be proud of, to have them integrated into communities. Housing which around you can create a society.
And Mr. Holness commissioned into service the Longville Park Police Station.
Security is an integral part of community development. Communities cannot develop, they cannot grow, they cannot sustain themselves if security is absent.
On Tuesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness broke ground for one of 2 early childhood institutions to be built through grant funding from the Chinese government. The schools at Olympic Gardens in St. Andrew and Morant Estate in St. Thomas are being built at a cost of 43.12 million Chinese yuan.
I want the community to protect what is going on here, to make sure that the project can finish on time, that the material that is here to build, builds here.
The Olympic Gardens Infant School is slated for completion in 17 months from the commencement of the project. Project manager is the National Education Trust, while Abbey Construction Group Company Limited will execute the construction on behalf of the government of the People's Republic of China. By Thursday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness was in Western Jamaica visiting Violet Moss Brown, the oldest person in the world. During his visit, Mr. Holness gave the 117-year-old a Medal of Appreciation and a citation at her Dwanvale Trelawney home.
You have brought attention to our senior citizens. You have also raised awareness in the minds of people that if they live a good life when they're young, that they do the things necessary to preserve their health, that they can live. I take note in your statement that you live long because you work hard. That a life of robust, strong living and exercise and work is good for us, makes us strong. So your years will be multiplied by that, and you have demonstrated that. I wish for you continued life.
And while in Trelawney, Mr. Holness opened the newly renovated municipal building and shared his plans for the parish. The Prime Minister declared that Falmouth could be the best little township in the Caribbean, but it required residents to shun the growing culture of violence and harassment, as well as the lack of care for the environment, buildings and architecture.
Every single resident of the town, every person who depends on the town for their economic survival, employment, custom and commerce, should protect the town. But you do that by ensuring that your town is not a violent place, that crime is not taking over your town, and that anyone who wants to come and walk around and view your town can feel free to do so.
Back in Kingston, Prime Minister Holness journeyed to the National Gallery to view the works of the 94 Jamaican artists selected for the biennial exhibitions.
Jamaica has a very wide and very deep cultural history, which is reflected in our art. It's not so much Jamaican art reflecting Jamaican life, but it is also Jamaican art projecting, sometimes not even necessarily connected to Jamaican life.
The courtesy room at the office of the Prime Minister received some amount of traffic this past week. On Monday, he welcomed the delegation from the Carib Cement Company. Mr. Holness was visited Wednesday by Reverend Anne Henning Byfield, Bishop of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. And on Saturday, the Prime Minister was joined by the Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister to meet with a delegation from the Indian High Commission. The countries are celebrating 55 years of diplomatic relations in 2017. And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. Join us next time for more of the news coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is putting targeted focus on the disabled community this month. A public education campaign will be rolled out to sensitize the public about issues affecting the community as well as the implementation of the Disabilities Act. So be sure to listen out for some of the activities planned. In the meantime, take a look at one institution which has been ensuring that through education, persons with disabilities are fully integrated into society.
Lexley is preparing for another day at Jamaican Teas, where he works as assistant to the factory manager and the company's hazard analysis and critical control points coordinator. He is among the men and women who, despite their physical, mental or social limitations and impairments, are learning to create value and purpose with the skills they have acquired. His life has been changed significantly because of the services provided by the Abilities Foundation.
Life was sort of weird in many ways. A lot of wasting of time in terms of parties, but yet still wanted to achieve something, but the opportunity wasn't there.
It was through a group of concerned parents, stakeholders, that their children who were disabled, after graduating high school, they had nowhere else to go. And they raised a telethon to raise funds to establish a skills training center. And through that, Abilities Foundation was born in October 1992. Abilities Foundation is a unique institution. It's the only institution in the Caribbean and in Jamaica that caters to all disabilities.
The foundation was established to meet two primary objectives: increase the employability of persons with disabilities and teach good work ethics to young adults with disabilities to prepare them for integration into society.
The training programs I was engaged in is office administration. Being the Abilities Foundation and being a person with disabilities, basically you are comfortable because you are amongst persons with disabilities and their understanding of conditions. I learned that there.
The courses offered through the Abilities Foundation seek to provide opportunities for full participation and equality. These programs open new skill areas and, whenever possible, are crafted within existing social, education, and labor trends. The foundation currently offers 5 training programs: housekeeping levels 1 and 2, furniture making, data operations levels 1 and 2, design and decor soft furnishing, horticulture and landscaping.
What we do is that we give them an in-house test. If they are capable of passing it at 70%, we send them up to do what you call an assessment. The assessment is done by outside persons from Heart, and they do the assessment and finish the program, certified through Heart. If they are not capable, then they will give them what you call a unit competency. That unit competency is a document or paper showing that they are capable of doing these units.
The foundation also provides a functional life skills curriculum which focuses on the students' transition to the workforce, as well as remedial English and mathematics, money awareness and management.
I assist them with preparation of their resumes, their cover letters, searching for different employment opportunities. One of my major functions is to provide them with placement sites so that they can get job experience.
For the past couple of years, we have been with the NYS, and we recognize that after that's a summer program, but we recognize that after they are placed in the summer program, it's easier for us to go back to those places to get permanent placement for them because they see what they can do and not their disability.
The foundation has been able to extend its reach and service offerings through grant funding from the Japanese Policy Human Resources Development Grant Program. The grant was provided through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security's Social and Economic Inclusion Project for persons with disabilities.
What this project endeavors to do is to build the capacity of the institution through professional development courses for the staff. A major component of this project is to assist the students with a training stipend, and it is targeted for those who are path beneficiaries. The project also provides them with a job placement officer and a job coach. So when we place them on jobs, we also give them a coach to mentor and help them throughout the process.
The foundation continues to open doors for persons with disabilities and equip them with the requisite skills and knowledge to become productive Jamaican citizens. The Abilities Foundation, creating opportunities for the exceptional.
Stand up and get in the race.
I can become the master of my destiny.
Step up your stride, make we work like a harder. Do it like Veronica, more than a supper.
We can rise above the challenges and shine.
Was with passion in your heart. Make a plan and stop all the idling. You think I saw? We reach out the edging. I can, you can. Like our Olympians, every Jamaican can.
Investing in your health, a balanced diet, regular exercise, and staying away from harmful drugs.
Move it! I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Just like how you want to invest, right? In the future, you save your money because you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, whatever it is that you want to do, you invest your money. That's the same way you have to invest in your health now, so that later on, you'll be able to see the rewards.
So what makes up an investment in a healthy future? A balanced diet, regular exercise, and staying away from harmful drugs are some elements. A balanced diet helps prevent conditions such as obesity and reduces the risk of heart disease and other illnesses.
A lot of emphasis on fruits and veggies. You guys know your fresh fruits, your apples, oranges, bananas, your vegetables, string beans, carrots, callaloo. You want to have a variety. I always think of colors. Colors are a good guide if you know nothing about nutrition. Whole grain and high fiber. The whole wheat bread is good, your whole wheat pasta, but I really want us to make our diet predominantly our ground food, breadfruit, yams, sweet potato, green banana, plantain. Also our oily fish, such as sardines or salmon or tuna or mackerel. Those are fantastic for our omega-3. Lean meats, that's our chicken, fish, pork. Our dairy, soy milk, regular cow's milk, either which one you want to get your calcium, especially for the growing bones. Also, we want to reduce our sugars, that's mostly seen in our fruit juices or sodas.
Once you've established what a balanced diet looks like, it's important to use the right portions.
Half your bowl of vegetables. Look at the callaloo there, and a quarter of your protein, that's your 2 eggs, and another quarter of your starch, that's your green banana. Or you can go down the bottom, and nothing is wrong with having a little bit of healthy fat. Healthy fat is your avocado pear. Very, very, very good for you. Will help clear your arteries.
You should be exercising 3 to 4 times per week just to maintain. If you want to improve your fitness level, you want to be an athlete, you need to be exercising at least 4 to 5 times per week consistently. All right, in order to maintain your health.
A regular 30-minute exercise regime does not necessarily mean going to the gym. With just a chair, you can do a lot. Warm-up exercises, upper and lower body strengthening, abdominals.
Imagine you're here in the world, so boy, you're workless. You're a fool.
You come like you walk with pooper, all of these different things. How you gonna feel about yourself? You're gonna feel bad. So what most persons do now is use drugs to feel better about themselves. But the sad truth about this is that the drug don't solve the problem.
Smoking of cigarettes, one commonly used drug, is a contributor to several disorders and cancers.
92% of all oral cancer is caused from smoking tobacco. 82% of all lung cancer is caused from smoking tobacco. Yes, 80 plus chemicals inside of it contribute to gum disease. That's why the teeth change color or they drop out.
Hookah, also known as water pipe tobacco, is no less dangerous. An hour-long smoking session is equal to inhaling smoke from 100 to 200 cigarettes. When it comes to smoking marijuana or ganja, its effect on a teenager is different from an adult smoker. In addition to smoke causing damage to the lungs, it impacts the brain.
Your brain is not yet fully developed. Where the box is, that part of the brain controls the executive function of the body. We're in risk, consequent, thinking, all of this. How much you know have a friend right now and they must smoke weed? And like they can't reason properly. It's like your friend a change. How much person know somebody know while smoke weed and it's like they get ignorant easy.
Research shows that frequent smoking of ganja from the teenage years into adulthood leads to a significant decline in IQ levels. The dangers of smoking ganja are heightened when unknowingly combined with other ingredients.
Most you get your weed from your friend them, right? You don't know where your friend them or the shop or anybody or the dealer give you. Because if somebody want to mash up your life, all them have to do is put a lizard tail in it and it's done. Or they mix it with cocaine and it's done. So you don't know where you are smoke. So that's why I said every time you smoke, it's like a gamble or a risk.
Then there is grabba, a deadly mix of ganja with tobacco and sometimes with other ingredients.
When it comes to the red herring grabber and the red rose, that's what they call a hot grabber because those are the one with chemicals. How they make the red herring grabber is simple this way. Grabber is tobacco leaf. So what they do is mix the tobacco leaf with the red herring fish. They wrap it up or they dip the tobacco in the water and let it dry. So when you're smoking that now, you're smoking chemicals from fish, tobacco and ganja.
So, maintain a healthy diet, exercise regularly and stay away from drugs. These should help you reap healthy rewards later in life. If you need help in maintaining a healthy lifestyle, contact the National Council on Drug Abuse at 926-9002-4 or the Jamaica Cancer Society at 927-4265.
Move it, I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
And this is where we leave you, but only for today. The magazine returns tomorrow around this time on the station. You can catch up with us 24/7 online at jis.gov.jm or at our YouTube page. We also have pages on the main social media network sites. And there's now a mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. Yes, we have you covered on all fronts. On behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thank you for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.